What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I want to do this quick little late night video and do a recap on some of the stuff that Trump was talking about. This is a pretty epic moment considering the fact that Trump had like a third of the money for campaigning, managed to get the word out, win the presidency, had enough money left over, plus donations for the recent inauguration, to be able to put together a rally before his actual inauguration. And this rally was excellent because I'm a little concerned. I want to see how things are going to go because a lot of times they talk a big game and when they get in there, everything sort of changes. There's a shakeup between Vivek Ramaswamy, Trump, and Elon with the Doge thing, but it's not going anywhere. There's just I'll explain that. We'll go into that real quick. But basically, I watched the whole rally, did it on Matt's channel earlier this evening, and it was epic, dude. So we'll get into some of the videos. And thank you guys. Please don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe and share. So let's roll into this.
Take the oath of office. Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun watching television tomorrow. Somebody said yesterday, sir, don't sign so many in one day. Let's do it over a period of weeks. I said, like hell, we're going to do it over weeks. We're going to sign them at the beginning. You know that old story. Let's do it later, then it never gets done. No, we're doing them tomorrow. And we'll have plenty to sign in the future. Don't worry about it. It's not going to stop. But we're going to stop the destructive and divisive.
That's probably one of the, I'd have to say, one of my favorite parts of the rally was when he announced that he's going to unleash an epic amount of executive orders. And the thing is like you're going to see the mainstream media or the other side or the deep state operatives all come out against what Trump just said. They're going to make fun of him. He's going to make a lot of executive orders and whatever they want to say. All right, check this out. Biden holds the record of executive orders, and all of them were to destroy this country. He's got to make the epic amount of executive orders to undestroy the country. When Biden came into office, or was installed, should we say, oh man, the most epic thing too, and I can't put it on this channel because it'll get taken down, was when Trump, right at the end of the rally, he was like, all the mainstream media is tuned into him and had no idea it was coming out of the left field. Here it comes. Trump said that the 2020 election was, he said, yes, if they hadn't have did what they did in 2020, you know what he's talking about. He said it he said the R word all day long. I was like, oh, and he did it twice, signaling to the other side of the aisle that, yes, we're not going to take that crap where you're trying to force feed everybody and say that the truth is that 2020 was legitimate. So he's, that's good because they've been trying to convince the mainstream public nothing happened in 2020 through all kind of mind control and repetition and trying to force all of anybody that's in Congress to go that route. That's the first thing. Will you make sure that when you get into Trump's office that you'll make sure that you'll tell everybody that 2020 was legitimate? And he said it right then. I watched it. I can't put it on here, but it's on there. But anyhow, this is my second favorite part then, I guess. But anyhow, he's got to unscrew up the whole thing. So yes, he's going to have to do a buttload of executive orders just to unscrew the country up. And hopefully, he's got enough ink in that pen to get it done. And he said, don't worry. There'll be some more down the road too. And he even said, you're going to have so much fun watching TV. And I'm thinking to myself when he said that, are we going to get the old Trump back whenever he did the mean tweets and he would say, yeah, because I want that. He's got one last time. He can't, let's roll, man. Let's do this. And so I don't know. But anyway, so I've got some more epic video, but this right here I wanted to get you to hear this first. So let's do this other good
step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government. We will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days, we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam.
So yeah, that's pretty epic to actually hear him say that, and I feel like I think he meant it the first time he said it when he was president the first time, But he was in a sort of a segue between trying to mitigate understanding what was really going on in the world of politics. Because once he got into the actual office, things weren't exactly like he thought they were going to be. He didn't realize that there was this whole para-government thing going on behind the scene, and he was just a face. He thought that when he became president, he would actually have real presidential power, and he found out real quick that it's not the case. And so now things are a lot different. Like I say, this goes down to, with the Vivek Ramaswamy thing. They didn't put up with that. Vivek Ramaswamy, just to touch base on what I was talking about earlier, has decided that he's hasn't really put in the equity or the sweat equity, whatever you want to call it. He hasn't been putting hands on exactly what he was supposed to be doing, helping with the Doge. And so apparently Trump and Elon, they're going to kind of part ways with Vivek Ramaswamy. And this also could be due to the fact that he's going to run for governor of Ohio. And so I don't know. We'll see how this rolls out. A lot of people didn't trust Vivek Ramaswamy, and I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see what happens still. But, whenever Trump said this in 2016 about releasing the JFK documents, there were still a lot more people that were around, and there may still be some people around, but I think at this point, if we don't start exposing just how the deep state operates, and this also, by the way, a lot more people are awake now and probably ready to hear this information. See, that's another big difference. When Trump was president the first time, nobody was really awake. You had a few people that knew what was going on, but not really. They just voted for Trump because he was different. They had no idea what the whole plan really was. Now they see it. And so with the awakening of all these people, the JFK documents will go a lot further. The information will do a lot more than just expose who killed JFK, but it'll actually start to bring down the system called the deep state. It will expose their operating system, how they work, and people will be able to process that a lot better now than they would 4 years ago. So that's a really good thing. I've got a lot more. By the way, lefties, boy, you see that behind me right there? Look at that, lefties. They're all about trying to exuber power. He's like, mentally me talking to a MAGA. That's what it says here in the thing. Punching through some cardboard, huh? Well, anyways, let me find some more Trump clip videos.
The greatest political movement in American history, and 75 days ago, we achieved the most epic political victory our country has ever seen. That's what they say. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many, many years. We swept all 7 swing states by big numbers. We won Pennsylvania, we won Georgia, we won North Carolina, we won Michigan, we won Wisconsin, we won Arizona, we won Nevada. We won them all by historic margins, and we won the great state of Florida by 13 points. Nobody's done that ever.
Another really epic moment in the fact that TikTok is back. And I'll, leading into this, guys, I'm not a TikTok person either. And when I first, was like, oh, they're going to ban TikTok, I was like, woo, I got on the bandwagon. Yeah, they're going to ban that piece of crap app because it's making people eat Tide Pods. But then after, a little bit of awakening and discussing it with some other content creators, I was like, wait a minute, this is a bad idea. If they can ban a TikTok app, that means they can ban anything. Like some of the stuff that I use. Like I'll be using the Twitters and the YouTubes, whatever. So it became realized that it's not an app that's the problem. Just like you can ban alcohol, but you don't fix the problem with with people. If somebody wants to get drunk, you need to get people who need to be smart enough to understand what they're getting into. And with that becomes a usable tool then. And TikTok could be that. There are good parts to that app that can and would outweigh the bad parts. And so Trump has managed to get in place where the TikTok's back on. Now, approval rating is a plus when it comes to being a president. I don't care if it's your first term, your second term, or your third term. And, if you think about it, Trump getting the TikTok back on is epic because that's a whole group of people that's been dedicated to not liking Trump. And once they realize that, hey, Trump got the TikTok app back on for us, guys, it might not make him fully acceptable, but that kind of really makes a big difference. approval ratings, guys. Makes a policy a lot easier to swallow. You know, this guy's not so bad after all, especially after a bunch of people have been dry humped, like Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, from illegals or something. You know, when you get enough of that going on, you know, it's not so hard then. You know, policy kind of is easy. You know, it's an easy medicine to take. So check. This is really good. Watch this here. This is pretty epic. Let me see if I can't get myself over here to play this video. But watch this.
So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote, the youth vote. They win a lot of votes, but they never won the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. So I like TikTok. I like it.
And it goes on in the video. It goes on to say, you know, we had a problem. TikTok was banned, and it feels like it's a bad thing. It opens the door for, you know, other really bad things to happen. They could ban the Twitters. They could ban anything that they feel like is a form of social media at any given moment. And the reasons why they're actually going to, it had nothing to do with the fact that it was causing issues of information and national security. It was the fact that people were actually using it to share content that had to do with things going on over in the other world where there's conflicts going on. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, that's pretty epic. This last little video I want to show you is Trump pretty much saying like the truth of what's going on between getting some hostages released. He prepared the TikTok app for all the lefties to go on there and bash him. You know, already the people are self-deporting back to their original places. They're not trying to cross the border as much. That's a win. It's slowed down a lot. The stock exchange thing is going up. People are happy. In the last 3 days, and as Trump still isn't quite president yet, like in the seat, he's done more for the country than Biden has. All Biden had to do was to do nothing, and it would have been better. That's just really funny about it. But watch this last video, and then, yeah.
Achieved all of this in the Middle East in less than 3 months without being president. We've achieved more without being president than they've achieved in 4 years with being president. But just imagine all of the good things that we will accomplish together with 4 more years in the White House, and we're going to do a lot of things. You're going to see something tomorrow. You're going to see executive orders that are going to make you extremely happy. Lots of them. Lots of them. We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
So that pretty much means that you can also expect a boatload of like lefty lawsuits that are going to try to undo the executive orders as soon as Trump signs. So Trump's talking about taking the oath, boop, get into office, and he's going to have the pen, like, you know, they're going to have it sitting there idling, waiting on him, already warmed up with the heat on, like, get on in, Trump, the pen's already ready. He's going to, I don't know exactly how it's going to be signed, but I'm pretty sure he's going to know exactly what it says when he signs it, unlike Biden, who signed off stuff like LNG and all kind of off weird things that Mike Johnson talked about, because Biden wasn't even at home, you know. So definitely, and you can expect pretty much as soon as those executive orders go into play, there's going to be some sort of lawsuits that are going to be trying to undo all that. There's already teams of lawyers to try to head trouble, but at least it'll put them to work. It'll give them something to do. So I'm sure Trump understands how lawfare works now. Keep them busy trying to keep his executive orders undone while he can actually the executive order on the backside of the parking lot without having to use a handicap sticker. Yeah, that's a really bad analogy, but you know what I'm talking about. So it's epic times we're living in. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. And we're going to see how these 4 years go, guys. And hopefully we can find somebody like maybe JD Vance will pick it up after that. And we'll have some, even more better good times. All right, peace out. Big hugs. I'm out. Bye.